Hi, so this isn't really an unboxing video because this thing's not in a box, but it's something that's just arrived and I want to show it to you and give you my first impressions. Right, so it's in here, tiny little gig bag, tiny little guitar. So it's the Strandberg Sälen Classic. So you may already know about Strandberg guitars. I don't know a huge amount about them. This one was offered to me as a trade-in, and I started looking into them and got a bit obsessed with them and thought I've got to have one. And I looked at all the different models. This one is obviously based on a standard kind of Fender Telecaster, like a classic 50s looking butterscotch telly. I should assume this is ash body. I think it's a roasted maple neck. Obviously based on a telly, but completely weird in terms of the shape and everything else. And it's got the endure neck, which is the angled, kind of weird, non-rounded neck. And that's the biggest thing about these that's unusual. Obviously headless, yeah, that's quite unusual. Strange body shape, very ergonomic. The way they've been designed, they're meant to be really comfortable to play. I haven't really played this yet. When it arrived, I just had a quick strum and that was it. Haven't plugged it in or anything. Well, I plugged it in to check it worked. I haven't played it properly at all. But my first impressions are it's tiny, and it's very lightweight because of its size. It's not lightweight because it's a lightweight guitar, if that makes any sense. I don't know. With other guitars like this one, it's a Les Paul, double cut Les Paul. This is chambered, and this is lightweight for one of these. You know, for a Les Paul type guitar, it's incredibly light. Whereas this, which obviously weighs less than that does, I'm going to weigh this and I'll put the weight of it somewhere. But it doesn't feel really light considering its size. So it kind of feels substantial. I think that's the way I should describe it. It feels very well made, very solid, but obviously light, but only because of the missing bits. So that's quite a good thing, because you don't want it to be stupidly light, you know, so it feels like it's going to float away. It's really resonant. I've heard that these stay in tune very well. I haven't touched the tuning on this. I mean, I assume that you turn these. I don't actually even know. It must be that you turn those to tune it. But yeah, I haven't touched that. It's perfectly in tune, but it's quite loud. I'm not sure what string gauge these are. They're probably 10s, I would guess. I should have asked the previous owner. But to me, they feel like they probably do suit the guitar. I'd be tempted to put slightly lighter, maybe put 9s on, but I've read that you're meant to put heavier strings on these. Don't know if that's true. Put in the comments if you know. But anyway, I'm going to experiment with changing the strings. I'm going to adjust the setup a bit on it. I'd like the action a bit lower. I mean, it's reasonably low, but I'd like it lower. And I think you can get them really low on these. It's got the Strat style belly cut thing, ergonomically designed so you can sit it there on your knee like a normal guitar, or, and this is more what I'll do, you can put it there, so like the classical playing position. Now I do a lot of lessons online, so I'm facing a computer screen and a camera, and I have my guitar like that anyway. Anyone that has lessons with me will know this. My guitar tends to be like that. You never see me like this doing a lesson, especially not online, because I want the camera to capture my face and this hand in particular, and ideally this hand, all in a small sort of space. Rather than like this, you need a much bigger area to capture. So I've just ended up playing like that anyway. And it makes sense, you know, in terms of posture and everything. That is generally, it's got to be better. I think most people would agree that's better than that, must be. Anyway, so that's going to be great because my leg will rest in there. I'm just going to put it, I think, at exactly the right position. On a strap, I haven't put a strap on this yet, but feels like it's probably going to balance really well because it hasn't got the headstock. So my first impressions are I really like it. This one's got Sir pickups. This was the one that was offered to me, which started me looking at the Strandbergs. And I was then pretty keen to get this particular one because it's very hard to, or quite hard to get a new one of these. It is possible, but it's a lot of money. And there are no more, at the time of making this, there are no second-hand ones of these in the UK, and probably not in Europe either. I think there's a couple in Canada perhaps. There are, well, none available that I could find online. So this is the only one of these that I was able to get, which worked out well because it was the one I was looking at and the person I was dealing with anyway. But I wanted this one because it's like a telly. My thinking is this might replace my telly. I've got two tellies at the moment. If this can replace them, then that'll be great because the guitar numbers aren't going to go up. They're going to go down slightly because if this can replace two Telecasters, then that'd be brilliant. If it can't, it might not stay anyway. I'll see. I think it'd be a really good teaching guitar. I'm not sure if I'd use it on a gig. My NF3 PRS is my main gigging guitar, and I can't imagine this replacing that. But anyway, back to the pickups. Yes, Sir pickups. That's why one of the reasons I wanted this one. It's like a telly, which the other Strandbergs aren't. There is like a super strat or a twin humbucker thing, and this one's like a telly, two single coils, Sir pickups, so they're going to sound good. What else can I say? Oh, it's got the fan frets. So you look at the frets. I think they're stainless steel, and obviously they're not all straight. They fan out, and that and the Endure neck, funny kind of angled neck. Instantly picking this up, they both feel really natural, and I'd read that. You just don't think about it, that's what you want, isn't it? So yeah, first impressions, really good. This particular one looks like it's hardly been played. It's like almost like a new guitar. I'm looking forward to adjusting the setup on this, seeing how nice I can make it for me. I'm sure it suited the person that had it, but for me, I need the action a bit lower. Yeah, quite looking forward to getting stuck into this one. Anyway, I'll come back on once I've changed the strings, set it up a bit, played it for a day or two probably. I'll come back on here and I'll let you know my thoughts, and I'll do a proper demo of it. Okay, if you know anything about these, or if you've got one, especially if you've got one of this particular model, Sälen Classic, please put in the comments. Let me know what you think. Okay, thanks.